Bourbon Writers and today's bourbon hunt. I think this is number 8. Well, we've got at least 5 stores targeted to go today, but the weather's kind of iffy. It's been gray and cloudy and rain's on the way, so hopefully we can get at least 5, maybe more. So we've gotten 2 of our Lucky 7 list taken care of during the week in our regular 4-wheel drive hunting, but we still have 5 left on the list. Plenty to do, and I can't fit 5 into my motorcycle luggage anyway, so 3, maybe 4 is as much as we can fit. So let's get out there and see what we can find. Oh yeah. Nice little spot made just for us. Okay. Let's switch cameras and we'll see you inside. The first thing I noticed right away was that drawing for 6 bottles of Penelope Rio, a couple of Jack Daniel's 10 and 12, and then a Woodford Reserve Historical Entry Proof. Wow. That was a great price on that Noble Oak, $29.99. I normally see it for like $10 more. And here I've been looking back at the Fiddler, looking at that Soloist. I'm thinking about getting that one next for the Fiddler lineup. Just looking at some other bourbons here. The Old Elk. I keep seeing all these finished ones, and anywhere from high 90s to over 100. And I'm just not sure that I want to invest that money in another Old Elk. I like the wheated bourbon. I think why get anything else? The 3-chord cast strength, that's the first time I've seen the cast strength of the 3-chord. I've been looking at that for a couple of weeks now. I may get that next time I go back. And of course, the Green River, I love the Green River bourbon and the wheated especially. And at around $40, you just can't beat that. I picked up another bottle, a backup bottle today. Well, there's the Penelope Toasted. That's definitely on our Lucky 7 list, and it's the 100 proof. I've seen a lot of the cast strength versions, but I think I prefer the 100 proof for getting into the Penelope line. So we're going to go to the register with this one. So, on our first stop at Georgia Liquor Barn, we scored the Penelope Toasted, and this is 100 proof. So I've seen it at different proofs, I believe. So, but the 100 proof, 100 proof is my sweet spot. So I think that's good for me. And I've been really after the Toasted since I heard that MGP had acquired the brand, and of course things will probably change. So I want to get this Toasted before they do. So now we're going to head on to Cumming Beverage Mart, I believe is the correct name. Oh yeah, there it is. Beverage Mart. Coming Beverage Mart. I'll park right here. Easy to get out. Yep, Coming Beverage Mart. This is a nice store. Okay, we're going to switch cameras and we'll see you inside. We got past the store picks at the front of the store. I noticed they had a huge selection of Bardstown on a rack there where most of their bourbons are. And man, I've got to come back here and pick me up some more Bardstown because I just love the Bardstown so far. I've got the weeded, the bottled and bond, and the Fusion is on our Lucky 7 list, of course. And there's the Milam and Green, also on our Lucky 7 list. So I'm going to have to make a decision which one I'm going to take out of the store because I only want to buy one per store so I can go to other stores and see more selections. And then I picked up the Redemption Rum Cask thinking it was bourbon finished in rum cask, but no, that is rye, so that's obviously not going to happen. And then this Johnny Drum, I keep seeing that in places. It's very affordable. I'm going to have to look into it, see if that's something we want to try in the future. First, they had a good selection of Old Forester, and then I see the Redwood Empire stuff. I have been looking for the Pipe Dream and the Cask Strength. I know it's out, but I've yet to see it in any of the stores, so I'm just going to have to keep on checking. But they had a nice selection of bourbons in this store. Second stop. Coming Beverage Mart, we picked up another one on our Lucky 7, the Milam and Green single barrel, and it was at an excellent price, so I couldn't pass up on that. They also had a Bardstown Fusion that I almost got, but then that would have limited what else I can get today due to space in my luggage and of course cost. So we now have 4 bourbons that we found off of our Lucky 7. So there's only 3 possibilities left. We're going to see if we can find one more before we end our bourbon hunt for today. So come along with us. We're going to go into the Alpharetta area and try to pick up a couple new stores. Well, we're just running down the street here, and I see a brand new bottle shop, McFarland 400. Okay, well, we're going to go in and see what they got. It wasn't on our planned trip, but it's along the way, so brand new bottle shop. See you inside. Wow, they must have 10 to 12 feet of bourbons down this whole aisle, and then they had more stuff in the islands. Looking at the Unison, I've been thinking about getting a backup bottle for that. The Clyde Mays, we just had that in the minibar wars, so I'm thinking about trying one of the Clyde Mays. And they had a couple Bardstowns, but wasn't going to buy at this store because it was kind of an unscheduled visit. They did have a good price on the Baker 7. I still have not yet got a Baker 7. And then the 3-chord, but that other store had the 3-chord cask strength, and I need to look into the 3-chord. And of course, Chattanooga whiskey, and a new thing called Casey Jones that I saw at one of my local bottle shops in Canton. A lot of Old Elk, a nice selection of Oak and Eden. I've been looking into that, but I don't know if that's a gimmick or not with the staves inside the bottles. Wow, let me tell you, that is a nice store. You'll see the video inside. They have a nice selection, a large selection Very clean, beautiful store. If you're in the North Atlanta area at McFarland near Georgia 400, you should stop in here. Nice guys. They told me about their raffle system. It's kind of like a lottery system where you buy certain store picks. They put you in a raffle, and if you win that raffle, you can get some allocated items at MSRP. They were very specific about that you could buy. If you won the raffle, you bought that product at MSRP. I don't know. Now that I look at that, I'm going like, I'm not sure whether I've been here or not. Kind of looks familiar. World Beverage. Well, we'll find out, won't we? We're switching cameras. We'll see you inside. First saw the Elvis bourbon. I thought that was funny. But then when I see Elvis Midnight Snack, someone's got a good sense of humor. This store we went in, I thought the bourbon was kind of disorganized. Some things on shelves, some things on displays, and it was hard to get around and find anything. They did have a lot of variety, but then sometimes those varieties were limited to maybe only 2 or 3 flavors or versions of that variety. Things in the case here, they had some nice things in the case, but I thought, like, why is the Baker 7 in a display case? I mean, that should be out on the shelf where you go ahead and buy. And then the McKenna, $79.99? I don't think so. Although we didn't find anything in our Lucky 7 we're looking for, it's definitely a nice store. It's just not my variety of things that I'm looking for. So we're going to head on to our next stop. So we're going to go inside on our last stop and see if we can find something on the Lucky 7. This was a nice little store in Milton. Had a brief conversation with the proprietor before he got busy with some questions from another person coming in. But yeah, a nice variety of bourbons, a good selection of the fan favorites, and things that sometimes you might not find in a store of that size. So very happy with the what I saw. Just nothing today on the Lucky 7 list that I can use, but I would definitely come back to the store the next time I'm in the area. And even though I passed on the Baker 7, which I'll explain in a minute, I was curious why the Wyoming Whiskey Single Barrel, why their standard single barrel is more expensive than the stores pick single barrels I see in other bottle shops. I don't get that at all. Okay, really didn't find anything I wanted in this store. The one item I was looking at didn't have a price on it, and the proprietor, it's the only guy in there, was talking to someone else at the time, so I think we just passed on the store. It's a nice little store. Not a great selection, but still pretty good selection. I wouldn't have a problem shopping here. Well, we're back in the studio and we want to show you our bounty for the Lucky 7 list. You take these two away. This is what we found on the ride on our stops. Of course, the I don't know if it's Milam. I think it's Milam and Green is how you pronounce it. I've been interested in the single barrel ever since I heard about it. Now they've got several others, and we'll put their website on the screen for you so you can go and look at all their variety. I just heard good things about it. The person that's doing this seems to be very committed, and it's I assume it's a woman-owned enterprise. Certainly the master distiller is a woman, and we want to support her efforts, and we're going to try her bourbon and do a first pour on that. Now the Bardstown, I've been a fan of the Bardstown wheated for a while, and I've heard good things about the Fusion, which is a blend of 3 bourbons, 2 of them from Bardstown, and a 12-year-old bourbon, which they don't say who it's sourced from. But I've heard good things about that, so we're going to do a first pour on that. And of course, the Penelope Toasted has been on a couple of Lucky 7 lists. I've been trying to find it. I've heard good things about it. It basically comes in 2 flavors, as I understand it. When I say flavors, 2 proofs. Certainly the barrel strength toasted. I've got so many barrel strength products. I really don't need any more barrel strength. My sweet spot, if you've been listening to me on the channel for a while, is basically 90 to 115. I really like the 100 proof stuff. I love bottled and bond. So when I saw this for 100 proof, I thought that's perfect. I'll just don't care if I ever try the barrel strength. I'm out for the flavor, not really for the proof. And it's just thought that 100 in the toasted would be great, and we'll do a first pour on that. So really a great bourbon hunt. It'll probably be 3 or 4 weeks before we do another bourbon hunt. We have some family at the Bourbon Mansion, and that just right now the weekends are for family in the early summer, and we'll get back to this soon, but it may be 3 or 4 weeks before you see another bourbon hunt. If we can sneak one in sooner, certainly we'll do that. And so just go to the playlist on the channel and watch for those. Great week, great bourbon hunt. We really appreciate you guys stopping by. As always, please drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and we'll see you next time.